And hey everybody, it's Cassian Blackcloak. Welcome back to another Resident Evil Resistance video here on the channel. Going to be looking at some Sinister 3.0 games today. Got about 4 matches coming up here, but before this first one loads in, I want to go ahead and say thank you so much to all the new subscribers. Everybody that signed up in the last month or so. It's great. Channel numbers are going strong. Up to 155 subscribers is when I'm recording this commentary, so thank you. And we're driving for 250, so please keep sharing the videos and the channel out there. If you're watching this, please hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost a thing, and it'll help me out greatly. And I've also got the Patreon changed a little bit, so you can now become a patron for as little as $1 a month. So definitely click that little button up there in the channel banner, or go to patreon.com/CassianBlackcloak to sign up for as little as $1 a month. And the tiers would be $1 a month, I think $5 a month for the mid-tier, and only $10 for the top tier. In which I'm going to get a lot more stuff going once I actually have some people sign up. So, and one of the tiers for the, at least the mid-tier subscribers, are going to get access to actually getting to go and play games with me, doing games with fans, or games with patrons. So we're going to be doing some cool stuff like that. And if you sign up for the top tier, on top of everything else, you also get exclusive live streams. So please check that out. Definitely could use your support there, because I'm not making any money off YouTube, and this I'm doing just for you guys. So if you want to help support me and help me keep going, to keep making content, it's really going to help. But let's get into these games here. So this first one here, Research Facility, you've seen that I've just basically went ahead and started stocking up this room here. It's definitely important to protect your objectives, and I want to make sure they've got to work through as much as possible to get to them. And they're already in here, so we got somebody coming in, so I'm going to go ahead and watch these zombies tear them up here. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the lights off to make it harder for them to fight. Relock that door in case they want to try to get back out that way. Because there are, 2 of the 3 keys are in this room, so that's why I focus usually solely on it over here at the beginning. As you see, we've already got people infected. We've got people injured. So we're looking here at, they're coming in from the other door now, getting some backup, so we're going to go ahead and just go up here and try to fight them off a little bit. Okay, good, the zombie grabbed her. And I probably should, there we go, lock that door. Come back over here to this camera, turn the lights off again, once again, just try to make it harder for them to deal with anything. So at this point, they got all 3 keys here, and I'm going to go ahead and come out here and start setting up this room to try and resist them from getting back down to the main to the exit. So we're going to go ahead and turn the light off over here. By that point, the door's ready to lock again. And I got a few creatures over here with some buffs on them. And there comes the liquor into really, tear into somebody. And I'm going to go ahead and go over here and get some swipes in. Try to, and I believe I'm going to, get a bite on someone here. There it is. 15 seconds, and put the turret down. Just to give them a little bit of added pressure, take a little bit more time off of them. And they're still, the zombies are still piling out the door because they didn't shut it. So, come back over here. Okay, and for some reason January's still in here, so I'm just gonna, we got 2 people down, nice. So sorry, this match goes pretty quick. So these matches are basically all gonna be like, pretty much, I think the furthest anybody's going to make it in these matches is like Area 2. So, and this kind of like kind of reaffirms what what I've said before. I think it's like when you play Spencer with a build like this, he's almost like the final boss of the game. So I think I might end up calling this something like Final Boss Spencer, even though they don't make it to the final area, because man, he's just so hard to beat in this configuration. There's so much going on with it. Creature spam. You got the traps now. You got the gun. I mean, it's a lot of stuff to deal with if you can get it all rolling at once with a full room, with a room full of creatures plus all that stuff. It's beautiful. As you guys saw in the Trial by Fire video, right at the end there, it was crazy. But that's
good. The results are fascinating.
it is what it is. So so we're gonna see here. Okay, so York is all the way over there. So I'm gonna start with, I believe I'm gonna fill up the hallway right outside the room here. Because I'll have more of a chance to get stuff down before they come over here. And so get the ivy down, get the liquor down for 1, double zombie for 1, and everything. We go ahead and spawn some more stuff here. And so that's all my bioenergy, and then I'm going to put the anchor on it, and I've got almost everything anchored. Now, look at that. So I spent every bit of bioenergy I had saving the defense here, and now here comes Jill with her rocket launcher and blowing up everything. Oh man, that really drives me crazy. That rocket launcher's got to go, man. It's ridiculous that I can spend everything, all my resources, and then she can come in and wipe it out by spending none of hers. I mean, those 4 rockets cost her nothing, and you know, basically nullified everything I did there. Ridiculous. But that's okay, because I drop her with the D-field because I had it ready, and she's down, but she's not going to stay that way. You know, her friends are going to make their way over here and probably pick her up, I believe. So I'm going ahead and trying to restock this area here, and here comes Jan with her blocking my AIS, so I can't try to get controlling creatures to get at her, which at this point I probably would have if she hadn't you know, used her fever skill to block it. So now the whole team is over here in that hallway, and they are going to be, yeah, they're going to be a problem here. So I see, I think there's torches there. I see fire. And yep, they're just rolling through everything here, at least for now. But that's fine. That's what I wanted. I wanted to try and kill everything. I just don't want to, you know, kill everything at once with a rocket launcher. Because that should have been a much harder fight for them to get to Yorick. But that thing really needs to go. I mean, I've said it once. I'll say it 1,000 times. That rocket launcher is overpowered. It should be something more along the lines of like maybe an explosive round grenade launcher. Would probably be a little more balanced. You know, something that would be able to, you know, wipe out mobs not in one shot, but maybe 2 shots per, and maybe giving it a total of like, I don't know, 5 rounds, something like that. I mean, give us something a little more realistic than just a rocket launcher. Anyway, though, so we're going over here to, yeah, they believe, yeah, I got the turret down on this side. That's right. So, sorry, I'm not doing a very good job of commentary today. I'm not in the best of spirits, but you know, you guys just bear with me here. And we're still going to have fun watching these matches. Yep, so there goes the Ivy getting torched, and there comes a zombie from behind. Put down another zombie. I'm going to buff everything, put the anchor down, and then try to get over here and stop what's going on from the camera, or from the terminal. Now that I did lose my anchor there because I waded into him here, but I got a bite on Tyrone, and Jan is going down. Yep, I'm not sure what got her. Maybe it was it an Ivy? Something got Jan and she went down. But yeah, even though she's on the ground dying, she still manages to talk shit when the camera breaks from malware. I'm telling you guys, man, if there's one hard counter to this build, it's got to be a really good Jan. Because usually, like, a really good Jan can actually just cripple any mastermind that has to use cameras, which is all of us. Jan is just out of control. I mean, her and Martin are both out of control. They need to be rebalanced badly. That malware thing, I still can't believe that wasn't touched in the update. They didn't touch any balance at all, and it drives me nuts. I mean, the shotgun spam is gotta stop. Anyway, though, so here goes the dealer. I'm going to try to run out here and tackle someone, but she's already being grabbed by another creature. So I wasn't able to get that grab. I didn't catch it because it was moving so quick. So I'm going to go ahead and grab her here and bite her, but the time's going to run it. Yeah, there you go. So we did get a bite from something else that saved us there, so we got the overtime victory. Or we got the victory there. Good little match. And research facility. So let's take a look at the next one here. Alright, so this one's in the, looks like, yeah, the prison.
And would you be so kind as to get me my slippers, Pat?
So I'm gonna go ahead here, just out of habit. I've turned off the lights because I played Recharge Spencer for so long. I just always am turning off lights and locking doors just as a force of habit.
Welcome, subjects.
Which I've thought about looking into that as another option for a build for him. I've thought about looking into doing recharge, but with one of the bioenergy tanks. But I'm not sure what else I could give up to maintain the super cores. Because I can't give up the fresh blood. I would pretty much have to give up the resilient skin too, which I don't want to do either. So it's kind of like a misnomer. Like, I'd pretty much be stuck with just 10 bioenergy and dealing on recharge. I'd probably also have to put the creature efficiency mod back into, which means I'd be giving up either a creature, a spray, or one of my offensive weapons like the trap or the gun. I'd probably be more apt to give it the trap or the gun, but We'll think about that. I'm looking at ideas for 3.5 already because there are some weaknesses in this build a little bit comparative to 2.5. Especially early game, or when you're trying to spam a lot. If you need to repopulate a room really quick for against a speedrunning team, the Paracelsus generator is not ideal for that. You really need to buy time, and sometimes teams make that impossible because they will just speedrun everything, and they just have unlimited. They just seem to have unlimited resources because they're running, Lucky Charm and Decoder, and they got a Bargain Bin Jan and Surplus Valerie. I mean, it really can make them unbeatable, even with a build like this. There are some teams that can just beat this build no matter what. You just cannot do anything, and that's the goes for 2.5 as well, which overall might have been a little stronger because everything went into bioenergy creatures. I didn't diversify, but the diversification gives me a little bit more options and leeway, so it's a give and take. But anyway, though, that's just to fill time while we're talking about what I'm doing here, which is basically I'm just spamming up these few rooms right here next to the keys. Because I've still got all, my current preset, I've still got all my eggs in one basket in this area here, which allows me to focus my strategy. And, yep, so they see the trap there, and then I've got the turret, so I'm pushing them back out. They're having to really try to deal with the trap and the gun to get through there. It buys me more time to keep spamming up in here. Now, I also put a trap down next to the door, which is actually going to kind of come back to bite me because when they start blasting here, I think it's actually going to knock a lot of the creatures back, so I might have should put the trap down. Yeah, okay, so it did actually hit one of them, though, so we'll take it. But they're going to just wait in here and start trying to clear house and get the keys. And yeah, so they're coming in here trying to get the keys, and Martin looks like he doesn't have his fever skill up, or he would have just stunned the whole room. We've got somebody down.
This is rightfully mine.
It's just too bad I didn't have a turret to put over the top in there. That probably would have helped. So at this point, I'm just trying to, stack up the backtracking trail they got to deal with. So now there's Martin with his flash blinding the cameras. But that means at least he doesn't have the, well, actually, no, he might still be running a flashy thingy, too. I keep forgetting that's not his fever skill, it's passive, so it basically gives him it doubles up his fever skill ability, which is, again, I'm trying not to bitch too much about the overbalancing of survivors in this game right now, but man, it's hard not to. It's so insane that they have so much balance toward their favor and still want more. Because, like, when talking about game balance, yeah, and see, and I didn't talk about it, but Martin right there, he got out of the room and he had all the keys, so he was able to drop them all into the lock here and save them and get them into Area 2. But they've only got, like, 2 minutes and 6 seconds on the clock, so, yeah, not enough time for them to really
I hope you do not
finish this stage unless they move really, really quickly and stick together as a unit and go straight for York. So they would have to literally, he's going to have to be the first thing they find. Which with Valerie on there means they're going to do that because her scan ability pretty much shows where everything is. So it makes your presets kind of pointless. So down to a minute and 30 some. So yeah. And waiting for the next discount tick here. And I believe I'm going to go ahead and come over here. Yeah, I'm going to try D-Fuel, but it's not going to do much. I didn't have it facing the right way, so it was a waste. Once again, not the best of D-Fields. Generally not the best of bioweapons at all, realistically. So I'm going to drop a double zombie in here. And I should have moved York to the other side of the room, probably. I just left him there. I figured I could use him as like a weapon, so. But not when Jill's got her fucking rocket launcher again. Look at that. So all that planning I did in here, completely useless because of her rocket launcher. So Jill's picked up the key, and for some reason now she ran right past that security device. I don't know why. she was right there and there were no creatures in here, I wasn't even in the camera, she could have very easily started that. And as of right now, I'm just now catching on the fact she's going all the way down here. So I'm going to put down an imposter boy, jump into it, and try to bite her in the back so she can, to stop her from getting the thing. Because I don't know if she's running USB, because most of these Jills that run around solo, they got USB. It's part of their setup, so they're able to get those terminals quicker. Which, if you're not playing a Spencer with defense system, makes that terminal like something like 2 seconds instead of 5. It's really, really, really powerful. But with defense system, it still makes them take at least a whole 5 seconds normally. So, you know, that's like I said, defense system, man. It's like the gift that keeps on giving in these matches, because it makes every single level, like area completion objective, harder. Because you got to deal with decoy keys in the first area, the terminal time being higher in the second area, and then there's the thicker biocores in area 3. So, which, like I said, is a key component of the thing. Now look at all the time they get from this. They get 30 seconds from each one of these terminals, and then 65 from killing York. It's way too much time they get back. I still can't believe they get 65 seconds just for killing one little zombie. I just don't get that. Anyway, though, sorry, I'm sorry this has turned into a bitching about Survivor's commentary, but it's just something that's really been eating at me lately in terms of the game balance. And I'm kind of pissed off that Neobards didn't address any of that with the update. They didn't address balance at all. They didn't touch it. They just added more broken shit to the game. And you know, the fact that characters don't really have a specialty anymore. There's so many characters that can do things that were exclusive and unique to other characters. Like we now have a Dr. Jill as well as a Dr. Tyrone. We have a, you know, we've always had, you know, the option to run camera Jill, which basically makes Jill a January. I mean, let Jill just be her own character. Stop trying to get all these people able to do all this shit. We have now three characters that can debuff, and two of them, Becca and Martin, can debuff, rip all the buffs off zombies. You know, as Martin can do it for the whole room, he can just completely erase them. But anyway, so we got that going. So we won that one. Once again, that was mainly due to, you know, Survivor incompetence. Let's be real. You know, Jill not sticking with her team and running around like crazy. But hey, we won. There we go. So let's go ahead and take a look at another match here. Okay, so this one is at, I believe, Abandoned Park. Yeah. And we got another Martin, another Jill, but we got a Tyrone and a Valerie this time. And so these are all good comps against my build too, by the way. I think you're going to see some permutation of Martin, Jill, Valerie, and either a January or a Tyrone, or even a January in place of the Jill in that. Some kind of permutation. That's going to be probably what you're going to see going forward from here out of Survivor teams, especially pre-mades, because those are like realistically the ideal counter compositions. And unlike my normal method, I'm going to go ahead and stack this side of the room, this side of the area up a little more heavily than normal, because I see that most of them are coming this way. So instead of letting them have this one key for free, I'm going to go ahead and stack this side up a little bit and hope I can recover bioenergy enough to stack up the other side by the time they clear through all this. Which I'm not going to like sit over here and keep fighting them. I'm just going to put a bunch of stuff down for a few minutes, and then once they start getting through it, I'm going to go ahead and start trying to set up the other side to give my bioenergy a chance to recharge and stuff in my hand at discount. Got everything infected over here. Locking that door some more. Excuse me. Sorry folks, my allergies are getting to me and they're cutting the grass outside, so. Alright, so now I'm coming over here and setting up this side. Which I have to fight through because I want to drain as much of the resources I can while they're low. Because man, wow, I'm so sorry. But yeah, area 1 is where you can really hit them the hardest early, because even if they're running like Umbrella Wallet or Credit Card, I mean, they have the least amount of resources they're going to have in Area 1. But, you know, you were at your weakest in Area 1, and they are, especially with the shotgun meta, with them getting shotguns in Area 1, at least some of them are going to be, you know, already at pretty much full strength going into it. Especially if they're running mixtapes and shit, and they can lower their, you know, get their fever skill cooldown reduced. Which, you know, when I play as Martin with a mixtape, I mean, I literally can have my fever skill in no time. It's ridiculous. I can be flashing stuff in Area 1 easy. But it's like that kind of shit right there is why I can't afford to give up the resilient skin too. And the equipment. I mean, if anything, I would probably take the, you know, replace the unstable generator with bulletproof class 2 and just get the extra and turn it to resilient skin 3. But I think I need the bioenergy regen boost in this build because I don't have anything else to help the bioenergy regen other than energy leech. And that is entirely dependent on my creatures being successful. So, and there's, I believe, some point when Tyrone gets through here through this area, but I'm not sure when it happens or how because the door is still locked. I mean, there's a few. I think there's some glitches I'm not aware of in this game at some points that I've seen happen. You know, yeah. See, there goes Tyrone. See, I don't even know how in the hell he got through that room there. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and drop him here and with the turret because he's already hurting and the gun got him. And it's even going to go ahead and start popping through this bookcase that the one's outside. I've never seen it do that. So I got to remember that's an option if I need to shoot at survivors and want to hide the turret.
Didn't think I'd walk away from that.
So now I'm expecting they're probably going to have to try and come back through here, but Tyrone used his second wind. And he's back up with his ultimate, so he is taking less damage. Even though there's creatures all around him, he stepped on the bomb, didn't do shit. So he's able to cheese it and get out here, because they should have had to fight their way back through there to come get him. But his second wind prevented that, so that alone is going to get them to Area 2 here. And there goes his teammates rushing back to the exit, and there goes the dealer. So as soon as overtime started, they got out because Tyrone was standing in the exit. So that was, you know, again, one of the many balance changes they put in Survivor's favor. But they only got 75 seconds because there was only one of them on the exit. So, yeah, they're pretty much going to be done for here pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my normal blitzkrieg here of creatures at the start, you know, to meet them when they come out, which I don't do that right at the door anymore because, you know, they can just hide in this, you know, in the safe space force field and kill them off from in there. Not that very many survivors take advantage of that, but just in case they do, I ain't playing that. I'm not giving them, you know, a bunch of the time for free. I want them to have to come up here and fight. So I put the turret down on the other camera facing that direction for when they come out, and I noticed they're going to be falling back, so they're trying to fall back and get the tether to break here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my D field here for refract to sweep through and get a few of them while they're pushing backward. So that's it. It's over. They're done. So they technically made it to Area 2, but they didn't get very far. Oh man, so yeah, that's great.
Run as fast as you could. It wasn't fast enough now, was it?
Alright, so there goes that one, and we're going to go ahead to the next one. Alright, so yeah, this one's in downtown, and, you know, typically this is trouble for Mastermind because downtown is like the most survivor-friendly map. Probably next to Abandoned Park, which, you know, pretty much Abandoned Park is like the one that's, that map alone is just basically a... That Area 3 has quickly become my least favorite. I would prefer to be in downtown or even Research Facility versus Abandoned Park anymore, because the times I have fought to a draw or lost with a build like this has pretty much been in Abandoned Park.
That is the sound of another path closing for you.
But so what I'm doing here is I'm pretty much stacking up this main room here, because I want to draw them in deeper. I used to have, like I said, I used to have my initial onslaught right there in that first room, but I wanted to get through that and into the second one so they really are drawn in deeper and have less of a chance to retreat back out in the open. And I got a turret down on this camera facing that angle. I was trying to deactivate it before they broke it, but didn't quite get there. So I think they got the 20 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and keep stacking stuff up here. And of course the liquors, they're feeding them a little bit of time, but that's okay. I do want to keep the liquor in the deck. I like the liquor being in there. Especially when it's in a pack, because I build my deck based around performance in area 3, because a lot of this build does have dedication built into the super cores, but as you can see, you can do very, very well in area 1 and 2 with this build. In fact, you have a equally good chance to stop them in area 1 and area 2, depending on the map and the team you're playing. So because of just the discount, I mean, the cards get so cheap. Realistically, especially when it usually takes them at least in area 1, they gotta go to the armory, buy stuff, get grouped up, and then start making their way through the area. So you get a little more time to set up in area 1 than anywhere else. So you do have a chance to really start taking it to them early, especially in downtown. But it's only a once through. I mean, so you really got to push your shit and make a stand here. And luckily, I'm able to hold them off from getting the keys for a little bit. So I'm concentrating all my effort. I'm not holding back or saving any bioenergy, because I know I've got to put everything out to really make a dent in the resources and capabilities here, and leave them without very much going into area 2, hopefully. Or actually stop them in area 1, which if you get a victory in area 1 downtown, man, that's like the mastermind holy grail, because it very, very rarely happens. I mean, whenever I do manage to pull that off, it's I feel good, because there's no, they don't have to backtrack through anything here. It's all just a through and through. Look, I much prefer Uptown. It's a much better map. In fact, the maps they added, like the remix maps, are actually amazing. I had my skeptical doubts about them, but they're really becoming my favorite maps in the game now. Uptown and Amusement Park are fantastic maps, and they feel. I mean, I know they're made with the retouched versions of the same assets, but they do feel like different maps, and they do feel a little darker, a little more in line with the Resident Evil aesthetic. Like you can see, this is a wrecked building, but I mean, not nearly as much as Uptown. So we got them on overtime already in area 1. Which they're just barely managing to hang on every now and then by dropping a creature. I mean, this realistically is pretty crazy. So they dropped something there, and yep, they got 15 more seconds, so they're barely hanging on. And they finally get the idea to break my camera. And there's Valerie. We got her ult out of her. So they had to work to get that. I mean, they really had to work to get that. So they've only got 241 going in here, and they're going to have to spend a lot on restocking and
I want you to suffer longer.
Whatnot. So, all right. So starting out here, yeah. So I went ahead and put down, I believe, a. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. I think I put a couple creatures down in that area over here. Yeah, an Ivy and to go with the liquor, and I put the anchor on them. Which I started using that camera over there in that corner, camera 12, for my anchor, because it's much harder for them to get to and break. So that gives me a lot more mileage out of the invulnerability anchor there at the start of area 2. And I'm gonna put another one down on these dudes right here, and then I'm gonna go start focusing on locking and protecting this door in that hallway, because York is on the other side of the map, I believe. Yeah, he's all the way over there in that office on camera 18. Which, yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try the D field here. Not the best use of it. I'm trying to protect my down on Tyrone, but they're gonna get back over here. I'm gonna put the turret down. Jill is going to distract it by running away and then just unlock it, so I'm just going to drop it so they don't get 20 seconds. Alright, so they're coming out over here, and for some reason I locked that door instead of this one. I should have locked that one, because that's the one they need to progress, but I'm also trying to kind of fake them out and think the York might be in that room over there. Which zombies in this hallway would not do that, but But you know, I'm still dealing with having to live on painkillers, so. Also, if my commentary is a little off, just give me a break there, because it's you know, I'm still having to be pretty well medicated for the pain in my leg from the blood clot and the muscle damage. So, okay, look at that there. There we go.
Tear out your insides,
And you see, this is why I call this the final. What Spencer's like the final boss, because look how, I mean, look how hard they're having to work just to get through and progress just into Area 2. I mean, you know, if this team somehow did make it past Area 2, there's no way they'd be able to get through the biocores in Area 3 at the rate they're going, because they're putting out everything they got, and they're barely, you know, they're not even surviving this. So, and it's because they're not working as a unit. They're spreading out too thin, and they're not ideally equipped. So, I mean, this is about as far as they're going to make it right here. I don't even bother putting the double zombie down because they're done. So, there you go. Final boss Spencer. Thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit up the Patreon, all that jazz, and we'll catch you Black Cloaks in the next experiment. Bye.
This will suffice for the time being, but I will